Guten Tag, and welcome to Football Guys Sunday Morning Live. I am Joey Wright, joined as always by my two favorite co-hosts in the entire world, reunited, Jeff Bell, Jagger May. How are you guys doing today?
Good. Hello to all my family in Stauffenberg, Germany, which is 2 hours out of Frankfurt. They're not awake and do not care about football, or at least, they don't care at all. So,
And
Jeff,
I
how are you
love
doing?
these. I love these Sunday morning games. I really do. I really enjoy. It is a chance. All the stories that are involved in expanding the game. It's always great to hear about. I saw a clip yesterday about one of the German reporters asking Mike McDaniel about context within his offense, and it was just a really cool the way that McDaniel kind of stopped and said, you get your stuff. Like, this is really cool. And so love these games. Love a little brunch game is a good way to start the Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember it was even like 5 years ago, the biggest cheers were for the kickoff. And it does seem like the European audience is really starting to dig the game now. So that's really great to see. Guys, we'll be here with you every Sunday game day from around 11 to noon. This is a little special because there is a pretty high profile game going on right now. We'll be answering all your fantasy questions for the next, we'll say 30 minutes to an hour, somewhere in there. And following the show, make sure to hop over to our Discord today, where I'll be there answering all your start-sit questions from around noon until kickoff. But guys, let's look at the injuries real quick. There's not a whole lot this week. Teams have been pretty forward with what's going on. We do know the out this week will be Drake London, Damian Pierce, Amari DiMercado, Joshua Palmer, Robert Woods is still out this week. Curtis Samuel, Darren Waller is on the IR, as well as Tyrod Taylor. Any of those injuries, Jeff, do you see any of those as long-term? Maybe kind of looking towards the Drake London injury?
Yeah, London will be interesting to watch, and it's a little bit frustrating because you see the quarterback change there with Taylor Heineke coming in. That doesn't set up great for his chances of success because outside of Kyle Pitts and maybe involvement of Bijan Robinson, they don't seem very stacked at wide receiver right now. So hopefully he gets that one figured out and turned around pretty quickly. But I always defer to Adam Hutchison for all of my injury advice. And make sure to go to the site if you've got further questions and check out his updates that are constantly dropping.
Yeah, and I think Adam's gonna be popping in with us here a little bit later today. Also, not expected to play today. We do know Justin Fields will not be making his return this week. Matthew Stafford's not expected to play. They say he's going to try to go, but it does look like he is not going to play. And we'll get a little more clarification on that in about a half an hour when injuries officially drop. The main questionable is Josh Downs. Jagger, if Josh Downs does step on the field today, are you comfortable playing him?
Yeah, I feel like he's in that range where you're trying to find a way to put him in a flex spot. So
excellent. Expected to play today. Daniel Jones will be returning back to the New York Giants, which is good because Tyrod Taylor, like we said, was put on IR, so they do need someone to throw the football there. So Daniel Jones will be doing that today, hopefully running it a little bit too. He does pretty well with that. Joe Mixon will be playing today, expected. Puka Nacua is questionable, but is expected to play, as well as DJ Shark. If you're watching this here on YouTube, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and also leave us a comment. It's always nice when we see those little comments in there. You can talk about my shirt, you talk about Just Glasses, you can talk whatever you want. All right, guys. Well, let's not waste any time. We're going to check back on the injuries around 11:40 when Adam gets in here with us. But let's get to some questions. Let's see. Jeff's in here first with us today. Jeff Sands, I'm torn with two positions, Tua or Dak. Well, hopefully you made a decision on that because Tua is already on the field. And James Cook or Kareem Hunt. So we can definitely answer that second one. Jagger, James Cook or Kareem Hunt? Which way you lean in there?
I hate both of these, but I think I'm going to lean James Cook for now. And this is me going with the start your studs, even though James Cook hasn't been much of a stud here lately. I think that Jerome Ford comes back and takes over. I feel like it's more of an outlier that we saw last week since Ford was struggling with that injury. So Hunt still looks kind of old. Go with the younger guy. That's still the RB1 until Fournette eats into his workload inevitably.
Our resident Bills fan, how are you feeling about this question?
I like to go with the shootout in potential, and obviously, I mean, I'm of the belief that the Leonard Fournette move says more about Latavius Murray, and I think that maybe in a one-game sample, if Fournette isn't ready yet, they just lean heavily on James Cook in this outing, wanting to pull back on Murray, whereas I'm very curious about the Browns backfield because I do think that Pierre Strong has played very well when given opportunity. And last week, it really seemed like they might be fine with a three-headed committee. And we all know the dreaded three-headed committee when it comes to fantasy running backs.
Mm-hmm. All right, Eric in here. Good morning, Eric. Quarterback stream for week 9. Love, Heineke, Young, or Wilson? Which way are we going there? And let's just assume that Zach Wilson, since Russell Wilson is on bye this week.
Or is it? Yeah, I'm going to go. I have Love the highest of that group,
okay.
Right? And I don't feel great about it, but he's still sitting highest in my rankings.
It's kind of a tough tier.
Love by a smidge, I think.
Okay. All right, Irish in here. PPR need a running back and a flex. Chuba Hubbard, Roshan Johnson, Tank Dell, Christian Watson, and Rashee Rice. So Rashee Rice, hopefully you started him because he does have a touchdown. So that was nice to see him today. So let's just say that he did not start Rashee Rice, though. Where are we going on this one?
Jagger, are you ready to atone to the church of Chuba Hubbard here?
Yeah, I actually said it on my last start sit show today that like the worst advice I've given this season was Chuba Hubbard because like apparently he got it right this year and figured it out, and he's the guy. So
all right, well, PPR playing Jerome Ford. Need 2 flexes out of this group: Kareem Hunt, Ezekiel Elliott, KJ Osborne, or McBride. Where are we going on that one? It's Trey McBride. Took me a second.
I think he ranked them. I'd go Hunt and Zeke if you need a flex.
Yeah, unless there's any sort of tight end premium on it. But I think Hunt is definitely the number one choice out of that group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Trey McBride's someone I really like rest of the season, just not this week. I don't want to
not this week.
Yeah.
And my advice on Trey McBride is buy him after this week if you still have a trade deadline available, because it's like they're serving Clayton Tune up as a proverbial sacrifice. It's going to be ugly. Then you buy Trey McBride when he's on a discount. So
because hopefully Kyler will be back next week. He did practice all this week. It was with it was off to the side, but he was still out there. All right. Last question for Irish. PPR tight end premium. Have Kelsey. So should he flex McBride or Jerome Ford? So
It's
both
Ford
in the same game there.
Yeah, it's Ford for me. I definitely want the Cleveland side of that game relative to Arizona.
Absolutely. I'm starting Jerome Ford in quite a few leagues today with all the buys going on. Scott Betts, I've got 2 decisions. Dak or Hurts and Gus Edwards or T. Higgins. For me, it'd be T. Higgins and Hurts. Where do you guys stand on that?
Yeah, I know Dak has played well the last couple weeks, and you might be nervous about that Dallas matchup, but I mean, there's a reason why you have Jalen Hurts on your roster, and it's not to sit him in a potential big division game.
All right, Andrew in here. Good morning, Andrew. An extra hour to fret over lineup decisions. Let's go. Tell me about it. All right. In his question, should I roll with Aaron Jones as my running back 2 or go with Zach Moss or Darrell Henderson instead? It's a half PPR league. Jagger, being half PPR, are you rolling off of Aaron Jones or are you sticking with him?
I'm sticking with him because it's half PPR. That gives me the edge. So,
yeah, and they did say this might be the week they cut him loose. So hopefully they're not dropping him to the waivers and that they're going to, finally take the training wheels off. All right. Joseph in here with us. Good morning, Joseph. Zay Jones or Darrell Henderson? I don't think Zay Jones is on the field this week, so it'll be Darrell Henderson.
Yep. They have a bye this week.
Yeah. And here's a good question. We've gotten quite a few Demario Douglas questions in our Discord. So DJ Moore or Demario Douglas in the flex position? Jagger, where are you at on that?
To be honest, if you need the upside, I think that DJ Moore is more of a floor play this week until Fields gets back. So I know this is crazy, but I would roll Pop Douglas out there.
Okay.
I would
Dennis,
not. I would
question.
play DJ Moore.
Okay. All right. And then crap, this is when I have to be the decision maker. I'm gonna cheat. If you need like 8 points, go DJ Moore. But if you need like 17, go Demario Douglas.
You really think Douglas has a higher upside than Moore? I think that's interesting. I just don't see
think there's no one else to throw the ball to. And
there's no one else to throw the ball to, and the Commanders. And Commanders are pretty bad. That's where I'm at.
I'm not excited about it. Dennis, also, is Jay Jettis coming back? That's a good question for Adam. When he comes in here, we're going to definitely ask him about that because he could come off of IR this week. He's eligible too. So hopefully we see Justin Jefferson back on the field this year. All right. Jay in here. Good morning, Jay. Need to choose between Sam Howell, Taylor Heineke, or Baker, Baby Maker Esquire. Okay, I like the nickname there for him. That's good. So it'd be Sam Howell, Taylor Heineke, or Baker. It'd be Sam Howell for me. He's looking pretty decent. Yeah. All right, Tommy in here. Hunter Ford. If you got to choose between the two Browns running backs, I would go Ford. Jagger, would you go Hunt? I know you had a little love for him earlier.
Ford. I'm going Ford.
I'll stand alone and say Hunt. So dissension among the ranks.
Oh my goodness.
Tisk.
Let's kick Jeff off the show halfway through.
I got Hunt ranked higher than Ford this week. So
good morning, Football Guys family. Good morning to you. I need 2 in a non-PPR league from Puka Nacua, Christian Watson, Zay Flowers, and Jahan Dotson. For me, it's going to be Puka and Zay Flowers, even with the questionable quarterback situation there with the Rams. Jeff, where are you going on that one?
Yeah, it's just hard to move Nacua down for the rest of them, and Flowers for sure. Dotson had a good week last week, but struggled coming in, and then Watson, you don't know what you're going to get.
Mm-hmm. Wisdom says that they're correct. The only deviation I have is I think I would start Dotson over Puka this week. And that's not about Puka. That is about Brett Ripien or the guy's name I don't know. That's the point. So
it's never a good sign when we can't pronounce their names and we look at it all week. Like that's usually not a good sign. So Ann's in here with us as always. Good day, sirs. Happy extra hour. I received my extra hour with my kids waking up wanting to watch Barbie, so I didn't get the extra hour. I got an extra hour with my kids, so yeah, I did, I guess. Receiver conundrum: start 3, half PPR, Puka Nacua, Nico Collins, Tyler Lockett, or Josh Downs. As always, much appreciated. So we've got to start 3. So which one of those are we sitting?
It's if Josh Downs plays for me, because you got 2 guys with get me's this week. So that'll be my answer. But let's say that everyone plays. I think I still lean the last 3 if all 3 play. Or if everyone plays. So,
are you there too, Jeff?
Yeah, I think so. I love what we've seen from Josh Downs. It seems like Shane Steichen has brung that Philadelphia very narrow passing attack where it was just AJ Brown and Devonta Smith in Philadelphia. Now it's Michael Pittman and Josh Downs, and so that's why I go that direction.
All right. Raymond's in here. Roshan or Donta Foreman? Ooh, Jeff, where are you going? Pick a Bears running back.
It's still Foreman for me. Watching the game last week, it seemed like there was a lot of corrections that were needed done with Roshan. Like there was like subtle things of like guys lining him up, like you need to stand over here, not over here type things with him. And so I think they're kind of cautious on going full blown for Roshan. So I think Donta's the top option still.
All right. Dane's in here with us. Good morning, fellas. Need 2 PPR. Jahan Dotson, Zach Moss, Christian Watson, or Demario Douglas. Also, Taysom Hill or Logan Thomas at the tight end. Let's tackle that PPR, the 2 in the PPR first before we do the tight end question. So between those 4 wide receivers, who are we starting, Jeff?
Or Zach Moss and the 3 wide receivers.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I want to play Zach Moss still, I think, from what we've seen, because that Carolina defense is atrocious against the run, and I think that both Colts running backs can get off there. And then in full PPR, I probably will go with your guys' argument on Douglas there relative to Dotson and Watson, I think.
Okay. Are we sure that's not Santana Moss, Jeff?
No,
he's
I'm not entirely sure.
Okay,
that's not
check. Jagger, on that tight end question, Taysom Hill or Logan Thomas at tight end, where are you going there? Taysom Hill's a little tough to predict with never knowing how many trick plays the Saints are going to run. But are you confident in Logan Thomas this week?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go. Excuse me, I'm going to go Taysom Hill. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm going with the same argument that we had when we had Harms here. Is that Taysom Hill has a lot more levers to score points than Logan Thomas does in his current situation.
Perfect. Sully's 360. Morning. Pick one: Addison, Lockett, or Higgins. I think it's going to be between those last 2, between Lockett and Higgins. it would be Higgins for me. Jeff, you're going to be at the game tonight. Which one
I
of those
am.
guys is it going to be?
I've got Higgins ranked highest out of the group, and I am going to be there. I think that it's going to be a shootout atmosphere. It should be a beautiful, clear night in Cincinnati, so looking forward to it.
Yep, definitely Higgins for me, and then Addison, it really isn't too far behind there for me. So,
Jagger, this question's off the board. It's not from the chat. Are you disappointed that Jeff did not invite us to the game tonight?
a little. He didn't. No
Yeah, I
text,
am
no
too.
call, nothing.
Nothing.
Get up here. We'll find a way to get you in.
It is Ohio. You know how I feel about that, Jeff. So.
All right, Karen's in here. Who to start in standard flex? Chris Godwin, Tyler Lockett, Dallas Goedert, or Josh Downs? So let's answer. She's got a couple questions. Let's answer that one first. Who are we starting there out of those group? It would be Godwin for me.
Yeah,
but I'm the resident Bucs fan. Is that a little biased or is that right on mark? Jagger?
That's a safe. To me, that's the floor and ceiling play. So
perfect. All right. And also with 3 running backs injured and one on a bye, I have to play Singletary. How will he do? Dameon Pierce is not there, so Singletary will get the carries against a pretty tough Tampa Bay Buccaneers run defense, but I think he'll be okay. He'll be serviceable as a running back for you.
You're hoping he gets double digits.
I'd say some targets is what you're really hoping. Give me some cheap catches if it's PPR, because they haven't been able to run the ball into the end zone really at all this year.
Karen, I hope he gives you 30 PPR or 30 standard fantasy points without any touchdowns. That's my hope for you as the Bucs fan. All right, D-Cup in here. Pick 2 of 5.5 point PPR. Oh, 2. Okay.
2 out of 5.
Let's read this question a little bit. There we go. We got it. Why do they let me?
Not even I would make that link
know.
setting. 5.5 PPR.
It'd be fun. Pick 2 of 5.5 PPR between, let's guess, Amari Cooper, Jacoby Myers, Tyler Lockett, Mike Evans, and Josh Downs. So pick 2 of those.
Evans for sure. I feel like we all agree there. And then I think I lean Lockett. Confirm Matt Stafford won't play today.
Did that just come out?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm on
is out.
Amari Cooper, I think, above Lockett. I'm nervous about Jacoby Myers. I think that we've seen solid production, but the one time that Aiden O'Connell started before, it was heavily slanted towards Devontae Adams' involvement. So I think Jacoby, it makes me very nervous.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if Mark Davis brought Aiden O'Connell up to his office and like Batilda showed him the chokey, and it's like, I will throw you in here if you don't get Devontae Adams the ball. Like that's your one job. So
it would be Cooper and Evans for me. With Deshaun Watson back, I think Amari Cooper could have a good day. And 2 out of 4 in another half-point flex position. So Godwin, Rachaad White, Swift, or Jerome Ford. So we got to pick 2 of those guys.
I think Swift
Godwin
is a must start.
Okay.
He's a must start going forward. So
like
would you go Godwin or White there, Bucs fan?
Oh. I would go Godwin. I've made my feelings on Rachaad White pretty well known. And I know the Texans aren't the best run defense, but I don't think Rachaad White's the starting running back for the Buccaneers next year. I really don't. Either they draft someone, trade for someone. I'm just not buying it from them. All right, Perry in here. Good morning, Perry. I like your sunglasses. Jerome Ford or Dalton Kincaid. Ooh, a rare running back or tight end in a half PPR flex. I think it's still Ford for me. Jeff, where are you leaning on that?
Dalton, let's go. He's unleashed. Dalton Kincaid ready to roll.
I think I'm there with Kincaid. I know that's crazy, but I think it's
I love it. I do. I'm glad that you guys disagree with me because I want to see it happen. All right, David Phillips. Need one for my PPR flex spot between Jordan Addison and Kareem Hunt. I think it'd be Kareem Hunt for us. Is that correct, guys? Jagger's
we've seen great performance from Addison. It's probably a ceiling or floor conversation for me because I think there's more consistency with Hunt, but Addison, even with the switch at quarterback, I think the potential there is there to clear 20 points.
Not so fast, guys. Or Jahan Dotson.
Well, that's
that didn't change anything.
Yeah,
okay.
I was about to say, I was like, I don't know.
I just wanted to say not so fast. That's all. All right, morning, guys. Deep League Flex. Kenneth Gainwell or Roschon Johnson? Jagger. Pick between
Gainwell
those 2.
is getting high value touches. They use him in the red zone a lot. With that being said, Roschon Johnson is a thing. I don't. I think I'm going to go Roschon Johnson for the floor. I think Gainwell's the ceiling because of the touchdown potential.
Yeah, Boston Scott will be out today. If that gives you maybe a little extra
He's been
encouragement
out
with
all
Gainwell,
season.
but I know. I just wanted to throw a little positivity there. All right, Steve Fisher, Jeff's brother. PPR, DK Metcalf or Demario? Is it Demario or Demario? Let's get it right here right now. Do we know?
I'm like the least person to ask on football, guys, because
Perfect.
I do a weekly video where the highlight is I mispronounce a name every single week. So I'm
Nice.
out on that.
That's good.
To me, it makes sense. It'd be Demario Douglas, but I cannot confirm that. And it's sad. I'm like Black and a Patriots fan, so I feel like I should get this one right. But no.
Oh boy. It would be Metcalf for me.
Yeah, DK.
With that being said, yeah, Metcalf.
Yeah. All right. Steve has another question for us. AJ Dillon or Zach Charbonnet? Thanks, Jeff. Do we think AJ Dillon's gonna be involved again, or are they letting Aaron Jones go free today?
Charbonnet for me. I just feel much better about Charbonnet's chances to do anything positive on the football field than that Green Bay offense.
Just a little
the
more.
Question here is: do you like do you like a backup running back that's good, or do you like a backup running back that is meh? And we want the guy that is good.
Epidemics in here. Good morning, guys. Appreciate your morning insights. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being here to make us insightful. Well, I don't know. It's them that makes us insightful. That's what we're supposed to say, I think. At PPR, start Madison or Aaron Jones. It'd be Aaron Jones for me. Those Vikings running backs terrify me. All right, Sean Jackson, good morning. Half PPR, Hawkinson or Goddard? Between those two tight ends, Hawkinson.
Goddard. I think it's Goddard until I see Dobbs or figure it out. I don't feel good playing a Vikings player right now.
Do you think that Jaren Hall's going to play that whole game, or do you think that they're going to, if he gets off to a slow start, do they pull him and put Josh Dobbs in?
I think they'll put Josh Dobbs in.
You think? So okay.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering how much did he get this week? Like how much up to speed is he?
So there's similarities from his time in Cleveland to that
Kansas
to that Minnesota offense. So he should fundamentally understand the offense. And Drew Penzig was the offensive coordinator in Arizona. So Dobbs was in Cleveland. He had it's similar concepts and systems between Arizona, Cleveland, and Minnesota.
Just learning a new language, probably. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, guys. Are we driving a Ford or the Gus bus? Nailed it.
Gus bus.
Gus.
Nailed
all
it.
the way.
Yeah.
And that last question had something about Keenan Allen. Whatever it was, play Keenan Allen. I didn't. Play Keenan Allen.
I would like to apologize. I saw that Ford or Gus Edwards and immediately thought of that, and I was like, I need to get to that question. So that's on me because I wanted to say a bad joke. So all right, JSN or Khalil Shakir, half PPR. How real was it, Jeff? Are we starting JSN or Shakir?
I'm starting Jackson Smith and Jigba over Shakir. I believe that what we've seen with Shakir was real, but I think that this game plan against Baltimore, I think that Seattle's going to have quick outlets, which focuses on Jackson Smith and Jigba, I believe, from what we've seen lately.
Yeah, and JSN is the clear third target now, at least. Like he wasn't that before because they were playing so much two tight ends, but now he's getting on the field more. I see a clear path. Shakir I think he's a good player. The Bills are just like their cup runneth over with pass catchers right now. So
Blake Lockwood. That's like a good name for like a detective. I don't know. Blake Lockwood's here with us. Good morning, fellas. I have a conundrum. Oh, he's even speaking like a detective. Maybe he's got a little hat, a little card in it. It'd be great. In my PPR leagues, do I go Logan Thomas or Taysom? Like, get you, Jeff? Or Taysom Hill?
Always, Joe. You always get me. Taysom Hill. Logan Thomas. We talked about that already.
Yep.
Yeah, Taysom.
And then Jerome Ford or Cook at the flex. I think we're pretty in on Ford.
I must be like off the reservation because I'm comfortably Cook over Ford, but
in this situation, I like Cook, but like I do like Ford and a lot of other ones, but I at least want the unquestioned RB1 right now. So if that makes sense.
I think I'm more comfortable with Cook now because I do know what his role is. Like coming into the season, I was really uncomfortable drafting him because I just wasn't sure if he was going to get the goal line work. Okay, he's not, but he's getting everything between the 20s. So like, I'm totally fine with him on my team now. So it's a weird like shifting of like, now I know exactly what I thought he was going to be is what he is. I'm totally comfortable with him. And he thought about starting one of the tight ends at flex. No, I think you're rolling with what you're doing there. Anthony Brown's in here with us. Deep PPR league, Cam Akers or Rondale Moore?
Boy, that's Akers, I guess. I like Akers' chances of getting in the end zone probably more than Moore. I think that we've seen the Vikings give a little bit more to Akers in the red zone lately, and Clayton Tune against the Browns defense is not where I want to go.
Yeah, just a note, Michael Wilson also is expected to be out today.
He's out?
There was a report that he's expected to be out today.
All right, well, I got to fix some stuff. Bye. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, gosh. All right. Jagger, Hubbard or Gus for a TD today? Just a touchdown. They want to know. River 74.
Gus, whenever you're trying to project for TDs, you want to project for an offense who could live in the red zone. So,
Yep.
All right. PPR, pick 2 running backs, Jerome Ford, Rashad White, and James Cook. So we've had the Ford or Cook question a few times today. Would we rather play Rashad White over either of those guys?
You know the answer, Joey. We're pulling Rashad White.
I agree. I just didn't want to be the one to say it. Big matchup today. Need to sort my wide receiver group in a full point PPR. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Chris Godwin, Hollywood Brown, T. Higgins, Dotson, and Dell. You've got a lot of good guys, but you didn't tell us how many you needed to start.
Yeah, I was about to say, start them all. They're all good. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I've got it ranked out: Kupp, Higgins, Godwin, Nacua probably, and then Hollywood. I think is how my rankings fall. So,
yeah,
that sounds good.
Chris SB in here with us. 1 point PPR, big play bonus. Hubbard or Singletary? I'd be Hubbard for me.
Yeah.
I could tell it's week 9. Yeah, it's week 9. We're talking Hubbard and Singletary.
Got there fast this year, didn't we?
Yeah.
I thought this said stepmom, but it's it still might be stepmom. I don't know. Start 2, Puka, Godwin, or Pop Douglas?
Puka and Godwin.
Yes.
I agree. All right. Need advice on flex PPR, Dalton Kincaid, Alexander Madison, Tyler Lockett, Michael Thomas, or Cam Akers. For me, the 2 Vikings running backs are out of this question. Yeah. If you just need one, it's between Kincaid and Lockett. For me,
I'm deciding between Kincaid and Lockett. I didn't even my automatic filters filtered out the rest of the names. Yep. I think I would lean. I'm not gonna lie. I think I lean Kincaid here. I like the red zone potential. Like tight ends, they target them in the red zone, and Lockett isn't a. Let's be honest, Lockett isn't a red zone threat.
Is that Cincinnati Buffalo the night game, or is it the 4:00 game?
It is the night game.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yes.
I might go out. I might go out to watch that, and I'm gonna look for you on the TV, Jeff.
Waiting all day, Joey.
Wait for Sunday night. We're waiting all day for a Sunday night.
I like the song this year too. Carrie Underwood's carrying it again for us. Jake Ferguson or Cole Kmet? Oh, Jaggers against Carrie Underwood.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Jake Ferguson though. I'm for Jake Ferguson though.
Perfect. I just like her dress that she wears. It's nice. Sorry, Joe. I'm just gonna put that in there for safety. It wasn't a bad comment, but just to be safe. All right, Darrell Henderson or Ramondre Stevenson at running back.
Stevenson.
Okay.
No.
And it's half PPR, and they need the Vegas D or the Chargers D at the Jets. I don't mind the Vegas defense this week. We'll see what's going to happen with Daniel Jones when he gets back. That Chargers defense is it's got Swiss cheese, lots of holes in it.
Max Crosby.
I'm the first person to ever use that. What was that?
Max Crosby can get a couple of sacks.
All right, Downs, Evans, or Dell? Be Mike Evans for me.
Mike Evans.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Toronto Dave's in here with us. Happy
Dave.
Happy
Dave.
Dave.
Yep.
Good friend from the great up north. All right. Sat Kansas City defense with an exclamation point. They did have a touchdown. That is sad. I'm sorry, Francisco. Atlanta and New England available. Whom should I pick up? Swing for the fences.
I want to say New England, but like Sam Howell's somehow's making points happen. So, like, but I'm going New England.
But can't you see the Patriots and especially Bill Belichick sacking him like 7 times and turning the ball over once or twice?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I just I know that defense is hurting right now because like Judon's out, Christian Rodriguez is out. It's just, but like you said, it's Bill Belichick, and I do think Sam Howell's not that good. So
Carlos is in here this morning. Good morning, Carlos. Start Puka, Dotson, or Pop Douglas. I think it's Puka for us on this one. David Phillips, your league dominator is not working. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting us know that. I will.
I would not put Devin Achane in your lineup. So.
Yeah, don't put him in there. We'll reach out to the correct people.
We're doing you a favor. We're doing you a favor as well.
Yeah. But if they had Santana Moss, would you rather have Devin Achane or Santana Moss? It's probably the same amount of points.
Santana Moss for the memories for me. But
All right, new QB help. Have to start one in PPR. Deshaun Watson, Daniel Jones, or Bryce Young. That's a good question. It'd
be Watson.
Man, I want to go. Is it Watson? I want to go Jones. I seem to see it. Yeah, he does.
He's got a soft matchup, and Daniel Jones has only scored double digits one time, and it was like 30 points depending on your scoring format. It's been a lot of 6-point stinkers. So,
okay, we got a clubhouse leader for best name of the day. Toodle Pip. Feeling flexy, guys. Help me out. Full PPR, Keontae Ingram or Pop Douglas. It's the first Keontae Ingram question we've had today.
Pop.
It's going to be Pop, but if you have to start Ingram today, how do you guys feel about that? It's a tough matchup, but...
Well, I'm sure there's better options, and I'm sure there's worse options. So, I mean, it's a running back that's going to touch the football.
It's a nice way of saying it, Jeff. All right, Tyler Algier or Pop Douglas? Pop Douglas for me.
Pop.
This is like pro Pop show, I think.
Yeah.
I said some pretty not mean things, like they were just like anti Pop Douglas a few weeks ago. I'm kind of eating them a little bit, but there's a lot of injuries that help that, out of it. All right, Carl in here. Hey, fellas, how are you? I think we're all doing good today. I think we're all happy to be here. Wide receiver issue, PPR. I need T. Higgins, Josh Downs, and Zay Flowers. Thanks. Two of my favorite wide receivers are T. Higgins and Zay Flowers. So I'm going to say to start them. Jeff, do you differ with me on that?
Not at all. That's the way I go too.
And I think Jagger agrees.
Michael Wilson's officially out.
Is he? Yeah. I saw it was weird because that story came up this morning, got taken down, and then came up like 15 minutes later. So it's like somebody didn't check their sources, it seemed. All right. Hunt Singletary. I don't think we've actually had this one today. So the lead back or the back that's going to catch some passes. Jeff, where are we going there?
Kareem Hunt. I think I like the matchup, and I like that he's going to get involvement in the passing game.
I agree.
Okay. Geek Millen here with us today. What's up, Jeff? Need help with a PPR wide receiver 2 choice, Jahan Dotson or Tyler Boyd?
Jahan Dotson, and that's an excellent name.
Geek Millen. If you
Part
ever,
of Jeff Hive, shout out to the Jeff Hive.
I was just about to bring up the Jeff Hive. I one time said something like kind of snarky to Jeff, and at the time people didn't know that I knew Jeff pretty well. And boy, the Jeff Hive showed up to get Jeff's back, and it's a real thing. So don't go against the Jeff Hive. All right, Miguel is in here with this morning. Good morning, Miguel. Should we start Wilson or Downs full PPR?
Probably Downs because Wilson is just out. If you're talking about Michael Wilson, there's a lot of Wilsons, guys.
I'm trying to figure the Wilson he was talking about.
Yeah, like if you use the name Wilson, we need a first name. There's too many of them.
Let's assume it's Garrett Wilson because I feel like that's probably the most common one at this level.
Yeah, I play too much Dynasty. I'm playing Michael Wilson out of I have to, not because I want to. So
I love it.
Jeff Wilson is playing right now, so you're stuck there too. So
I think we've covered all the Wilsons. Anthony Brown, Cam Akers, or Rondale Moore? I'll plug my nose and pick Cam Akers here. Oh,
we answered this.
And the Dolphins just got a touchdown to a pass to Cedric Wilson for 31 yards. Everyone I know that started Cedric Wilson today is very excited.
Just waiting all day for them to do anything, and then they get a Cedric Wilson touchdown. And you're just great.
Well,
good job.
Tyreek Hill wasn't fumbling the ball. But Jagger, what's up?
I was like, it's not even like a fun third option like Claypool or something.
No. Is Jake Bobo the most fun third option in the league right now? Like when Bobo gets a touchdown, it's just kind of fun to say. I feel
It is fun.
Yes.
All right,
I like
Tom
this
in
too.
here. Oh, Tom's got the big thumbs up for us today. Look at him. He's so happy. PPR need 2 wide receivers and a flex. So let's get the 2 wide receivers out of the way first between Pittman, Cooper Kupp, Puka, Thielen, DJ Moore. So he's got some good wide receiver options there. He needs us to pick 2 of those.
Thielen is the best option for me. I think Thielen's the top. And then I want to go Cup. You got to go with the safe guy.
It's really hard
Okay.
to sit Cooper Kupp in that situation, but if I needed more upside, probably would lean Pittman over Kupp. Pittman, it would be nice because you have the Pittman and Thielen playing off of each other. So if you needed to shoot out a little bit, like you could have that going on.
And he does need a flex, but he's got 2 running backs thrown in there, Jonathan Taylor and Tony Pollard. So 2 pretty stout running backs. Are we playing Pittman over either of those 2?
No, Taylor. Taylor, I think, is the
Yeah.
choice there.
Yeah, I don't like Pollard's matchup today, and he's not been playing that great lately. So
No.
Pollard's in the middle of all the graphs that float around on Twitter, so he's not in the fun, explosive right half of those graphs. So
Jagger, when you look at those graphs, do your eyes immediately go to the player that's like flying off to the side? Because I'm always
You talking
like,
about
where are they at?
oh, Devin Achan, that's always over there.
Yeah. It's like, there he is. Dan's in here this morning. Good morning, Dan. Hey there, gents. Great day to be great. Much love from Scotland. Whoa, we're international, boys. We made it. Not just the NFL. Let's go.
So you're like MacGyver for real. Like that's like the deep roots MacGyver.
Yeah.
So
All right. Morning. 2 questions. Puka, Josh Downs, or Jacoby Myers? Where are we at between Puka and Josh Downs? I think Jacoby Myers we're pretty out on.
yeah, I think it's the first 2, unless something crazy happens. I guess we need Adam in here about knees or whatever. I don't know what's going on with Josh Downs. And then I'm leaning Hunt still.
Perfect. All right. William
No.
Alvarez Jr. Oh,
I would not do that thing.
there we go. Zach in here, half PPR start 2, Puka, Lockett, or Addison. I think it'd be Puka and Lockett for us. And then Carr or Watson.
Oof. Watson, maybe.
I think
Carr gets it done. Carr gets it done in
Yeah.
the 4th quarter. It looks ugly the first half, and then the garbage time is fun.
Mark, I'm going to go Derek Carr because I'm starting Derek Carr in my home league because I went across, actually in quite a few leagues because I went pretty heavy on Jared Goff this season. So start Carr and be there with me to cheer or cry.
I have Carr ranked as a quarterback 1 this week. That shows you kind of
10
where
for me.
between injuries and buys where we're kind of sitting at quarterback this week.
Is there 7 rookie quarterbacks starting today? They said 6 or 7. That's nuts.
I believe it.
All right. Good morning, Aaron.
You guys,
so
a lot
Nico,
of if you guys have if you have another time, you have a little bit more time before the trade deadline, I would try to go get Olave if you can. He's a guy that has high variance. A lot of people are sour on him. Go get Olave.
So basically, yeah, I agree. That's a great place. Somebody I wasn't super high on, but I've really started to come around on him. I totally agree with you, Jagger. Let's see here. So he's starting Olave and Higgins, and should he substitute Terry or Nico for any of those 2? I think I would stick with Higgins and Olave.
The only one I would even consider would be Nico, but I would need to see the rest of your bench before you'd even do that. But just to answer the question, keep Higgins and Olave there.
All right. You can put a dog. I'll put the question up. PPR, Kupp or Garrett Wilson?
Garrett Wilson.
A lot of question. Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of question marks with Kupp today. If you've got a good solid option like Garrett Wilson as your other choice, go with Garrett Wilson. And then Diggs or Adams and Olave. Yeah, you're good with those 3, and then add Garrett Wilson in there. Good job, James. We've had this a bunch, and we are going. I can never remember. It's
Hunt.
Hunt.
Because it's
Yep.
ugly.
I just don't want to believe it. PPR, start Tyler Lockett or Ramondre Stevenson. Bartholomew Batista making a run for that best name of the day.
I think Ramondre.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm kind of sad. Has Waffle shown up yet with his picture of pancakes? No? I don't like when streaks are broken. I really don't.
I know.
12 team PPR, sit 1, DJ Moore or Lockett. He's got Lamar at QB.
Well, you don't have a stack, so that's not. I guess you have some high variance. I think you're going to set DJ Moore. That's
Probably.
All right, PPR. Josh Downs, Zach Moss, Singletary, or Henderson. Did we give confirmation that Josh Downs is playing? Because they are playing the 1 o'clock.
Not seen
Have we
anything
seen
yet.
Okay. Should be rolling in here in quite a few. Check back with us, Ron. If Josh Downs starts, I do believe he's the answer there for you.
last two.
DJ. Yep. Agreed. All right, and the Daiquiri man is just giving us some claps because sometimes we need that, guys. And Clovis Camelin. I love the name. Hate the question. Chris Godwin or Mike Evans?
Mike Evans.
If you're in PPR, I would go Godwin though, because he'll get the receptions, but Evans will get them touchdowns.
Mike Evans has reached Derrick Henry level for me, where I'm just like, all right, I'll say he's done when he's done. Him and Keenan Allen, like when I see it actually happen, I will say it. I'm not going to fade them until those knees give out, I guess.
This is off topic. Is Mike Evans a Hall of Famer? Yes or no? We'll move on to the next question.
Yes.
Okay, I agree. I look forward to seeing his Bustin' Can one day. Chuba or Singletary and a PPR?
Chuba.
Yep. Chuba. And Matt, did we report Matthew Stafford is officially out today? Yeah, we did a little bit ago.
Yes.
Had an alert pop up. All right, Foreman or Ingram in a standard league? I think it'd be Foreman for me. I don't know what we can trust with Ingram yet.
Yep, I agree.
Jagger, do you want to go Ingram there?
Nah, Foreman. I just don't feel good about it. So
yeah. Jay, hey, thanks for being here. All right, Financial 101. It's the Jeff. We're going to come to you on this question since you're CPA here. Singletary or Addison and Hill or McBride? Okay, so 2 questions here. Singletary or Addison? Where are we on that, Jeff?
Addison or Singletary safe for Addison, higher upside, and then Taysom Hill over Trey McBride.
Okay.
Yep, I'm going to swing for the fences for both and go Addison and Hill. I think those are both on the upside plays.
And Jeff, any tips for our upcoming tax season? Just kidding. I'm not going to make you say that.
Not the
People have
platform.
to pay you for that,
Read
Jeff.
this one.
Not the platform.
We read this one.
Oh, perfect. And then Daiquiri Man saying we rock, and he's laughing at what he said. So maybe he was joking. I don't know. I think we rock. I think we're pretty cool. All right, Jahan Dotson or Jacoby Myers. Some fun spelling there.
Dotson.
Dotson, yeah. And Kyle Pitts or Taysom Hill. I'm going to start Kyle Pitts, and my hope is the Heineke is going to get him the ball.
People do a really good job of
I've
asking
retired my
questions
clown
on
nose.
guys that are right next to each other in my rankings.
I do feel that they go to our rankings, they look, and they're like, oh, these two are close. Let me just get their clarification on it. That's what I like to think.
Yeah.
If that's true, I don't know. PPR, Metcalf or Demario Douglas. It's DK Metcalf for us. And then Charbonnet or Dillon. We answered both those earlier, Steve. But yeah, a little more confident in there. Charbonnet and DK Metcalf. And in PPR, Henry or Schultz at tight end. I like Schultz. I think he's really coming on this season. Tough matchup with Tampa, but I think he'll get the job. I think he's a good option today. And then Houston D or Dallas D. That's tough.
I think I'd roll.
That's with you.
Did you say Houston D?
Probably. Jagger, what do you got?
I'd go Houston D, because like we know Philadelphia can run it up, and what's been making Dallas win is their front seven, and what's the strength of Philadelphia's offense is their front five. So I'm going with the one team who has the front five to slow down that offense, and hope that Houston gives me a couple of sacks and maybe a turnover and continues to bend but don't break.
All right, the Kraken's in here. Standard League. Eagles or Raiders at the DST. We liked the Raiders earlier. Do we like them as much as the Eagles, though, Jagger?
No. I think I'd still roll with the Raiders for the reverse reasons of what I said for the Cowboys, if that makes sense. Perfect. Is that like the Eagles' worst thing is their secondary right now. And they especially don't have anything out of the slot. So I think this is going to be a big CeeDee Lamb game. And on top of that, Dak has looked better. So let's keep that in mind.
I'm looking at these totals in the Dolphins Chiefs game, and it's just
Well,
I'm glad they're getting games, but oof.
We got a strip of Patrick Mahomes near the red zone, so the Dolphins get the ball near the red zone, so they can convert here. It starts to become a little bit more interesting.
Zach Seiler got the strip too. Let's go.
21-7 right now, right towards late in the third quarter. So watch this crack open, and we get 5 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, because that's kind of how the NFL usually works.
And everybody, thank you for joining us. We're going to go watch that game. No, I'm kidding.
No.
That's actually not kidding, though. We got about 10 minutes left here today. Jeff, thanks for hanging with us for the full time.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Appreciate that. Another dog, Mike Mitchell in here. Morning all, full PPR. Now, we've been on the fence with Puka here and there, but we've loved Dalton Kincaid. Do we love Dalton Kincaid enough to put him in over Puka?
Man, I don't think
this
so.
This is one of those moves where you're going to look like a genius or like silly to not curse, because I'm not allowed to. But I think that, man, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Jeff knows now, I'm the risky guy. I probably would start Kincaid. I'm not gonna lie. I would start Kincaid. So
Fabricio is in here with us. Good morning. He's calling us gentlemen. I said this last week. I'm not sure if there's any gentlemen on the screen right now, but I appreciate you thinking so. PPR need to start one. Daniels, Watson, or Young. Where are we going there? I think it would.
Who is Jay Daniels and Jay Watson?
Yeah,
what are these names?
He played last night. He's not available.
I was about to say, is this
I'll read
campus to
anything that's on the
Canton?
screen. I think he means Deshaun Watson or Bryce Young. This could be like a campus of Canton question. I'll say Deshaun Watson
over Young.
Yeah. PPR league, and I have 2 positions I'm having a hard time picking. So at the running back, Ford, Moss, or Bijan, I'm still starting Bijan. I understand Arthur Smith doesn't like us, but
yeah.
I think Arthur Smith is coaching his way out, to be honest. Like, I think he's getting cute, and he's using we won't get into that, but let's just
they have to pay him no matter what. So it's like, might as well just burn it to the ground. I don't know. And then Higgins, McLaurin, Olave, or Nico Collins. Ooh. And you've got to pick one of those guys.
What? Oh, okay. Jeff,
let's rank them. I think that's the best way to do it.
So in my rankings, I have, let's see here.
McLaurin would be last for me.
Higgins, McLaurin, Olave is ranked above them, and then Collins is last for me. So Olave is my top one right now. I think I feel a little bit better about Olave's the swinger, the miss there, because we've seen how much volume is not being converted. If you really need to go big, it's Olave. If you want to be a little bit more consistent, it's probably Terry McLaurin, I think.
Yeah, I think like you said, it's Olave. If you're a air yards bro, then you love some Chris Olave. Let's not hate on analytics. It's true. You want to bet on the guy getting the volume, getting open. So
yeah, I feel like football guys should get hats that say air yard bros. I think that would sell really well. I don't know. Maybe not. All right, Pierre's in here with us this morning.
Jaden Waddle's so much air yards today, by the way.
Pierre Silva, PPR flex, Rashid Shaheed or Demario Douglas?
Pop.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Shaheed, but it's just so volatile.
It is. I'm playing him in a dynasty league, and I'm like, is this the week he's going to get a big play?
Well, it's either a wide receiver 1 or a wide receiver 80, so,
Yeah, exactly. He's getting 30 points or nothing, and you're just praying is what you're doing. So,
all right, Tom in here asking us T. Higgins or Chuba Hubbard. It'd be T. Higgins. Kevin Ballard. Now, Sam Howell or C.J. Stroud. That's the first C.J. Stroud question we've had today.
It's Stroud, because we were talking earlier, and do you like playing quarterbacks, especially young quarterbacks against Bill Belichick? And that answer is no.
And just a reminder, guys, we got about 5 minutes left here. And after that, I will be in the Discord for about another hour answering any of your start sit questions. So pop over there. I just threw the link in the chat. So go hop over to the Discord, join up if you're not already a member of the Football Guys Discord, and then go to the, what is it called? Sunday Kickoff channel, and I'll be there answering your questions. But you won't get to see me, so that kind of stinks for you. So, all right. And I lost my place because I started talking. Uh-oh.
Oh, we got
Jeff,
a good
who
question.
do you want? What'd you say?
Oh, sorry. I read something and thought out loud. So
I can't believe this hasn't happened before. All right, so I'll pop in here. Oh, we answered that one a bit ago. Jeff, tell me why I find my place. Tell me a player you like this week.
A player that I like this week, digging deep. I like Jonathan Mingo this week. I think that the Panthers Colts have an opportunity to shoot out. Mingo's role has been growing in that offense lately, and I think that we're starting to see a little bit of connection with him and Bryce Young. So digging deep, but Jonathan Mingo off the radar a little bit that I think has a chance to have a pretty good day.
Okay, perfect.
that is a wild that's a wild one, Jeff. I'm not gonna lie. If I have to pick one, I think that I'm gonna. What's crazy? I had like a wild card long shot play, and it's been Mac Jones and Pop Douglas. I know that's crazy. Like if you got to stream a quarterback or you're in a spot, I love Mac Jones and Pop Douglas. Like to me, again, Washington is just like a funnel defense where you just fire up everyone. There's someone I really like. After that, I think it's pretty chalk. I like the matchup between Zay Flowers and Chris Olave is a guy that I've been telling people to just be patient. He's a talented player. Derek Carr just kind of sucks for 3/4 of a game. So
yeah, Olave was going to be my one, but I've got good news, guys. I found my spot, and that's Dan's question: Tank Dell or Tyler Lockett? It'd be Tyler Lockett for me. Jagger, would you start Tank Dell over Tyler Lockett?
Tyler Lockett.
All right. PPR flex need one, leaning Dotson over Henderson. Don't think that's a bad move. Oh, and Brian Robinson. Would you start Brian Robinson over Jahan Dotson? Jeff?
I would. Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. Shahid or Dotson.
All right. And Frenzy Middle School, I'm guessing. I don't know. That'd be all middle schools in a frenzy at this point. Full PPR need one running back, one wide receiver, and one flex. He's projected to lose by 17. Thank you for that context. So you're looking for a little bit of upside here. DJ Moore, Pop Douglas, Rashid Shaheed, Brandon Cooks, first time his name's pop up today, Trey McBride, or Tank Dell. So he needs one of those wide receivers, and he needs upside.
I mean, we just talked about. I was going to say we just talked about Shaheed having so much ceiling potentially there.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks has caught touchdowns in the last 2 games, and going against that Eagles pass defense that allows players to get off, that goes into a shootout. I think Brandon Cooks, I kind of like him here.
I think we're united on your running back being Jerome Ford. So with the flex position, let's pull one more guy. Would we
got
go
a
DJ Moore?
Touchdown. You got some life.
There we go.
21-14.
21-14.
22 seconds left in the third quarter. Heading to the fourth quarter. It's going to be a showdown. All right, Fabricio, you guys are the best. Thanks for responding. Hey, we try to get to every question, Fabricio. Thanks for being here. Without you, we wouldn't.
It's an amazing name. It's an amazing name. Like
Fabricio Del Sousa.
That sounds like the name of the guy who steals your girlfriend on the class trip. So
Did Fabricio an all-star baseball player, or is he a footy player? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
All-star baseball player. That sounds like an all-star baseball player.
Seems like a good name. All right, Emmy. Raiders, Giants, or Colts? DST, full PPR. PPR matters a lot with the DST questions. So, let's see.
Giants. Throw the Giants out. Let's just get that out of there now. So definitely Raiders. The more I'm thinking through this, it's easy. You rank them kind of already.
You guys gave me confidence on my Raiders because I had to throw the Raiders DST in a few leagues, and I'm like, okay, I'm feeling a little better about it now. I was okay with it, but I might go get a tattoo. I don't know. Good morning, fellas. Full PPR. Pick one. Tank Dell, T. Higgins, or Chris Godwin. We got to pick one. No, I want to pick them all.
Higgins.
Maybe Chris Godwin.
Higgins.
Oh. And the Bucks fan said Godwin, so that should tell you where my head's at. All right. Tyler in here. Michael Thomas or Quentin Johnston in a half PPR. I think it's Michael Thomas, but it's
still Michael Thomas until we see a little bit more.
Johnson had a day.
That's crazy. I'm the biggest QJ hater in the company, and I was just like, man, I think this might be the only time we can start QJ.
It's a good Demario Douglas thing. Like, it's like, okay, there's Keenan Allen, and then Jalen Guyton is questionable. So I don't know. We know Quentin Johnston's healthy. You just can't get passes when they're contested. So Jeff, you're right up on Quentin Johnston. I've gone to so many times this offseason from the draft guide.
Thank you, man.
It's been my Bible on that. All right, need one PPR. Demario Douglas, Christian Watson, KJ Osborne, or Tyler Boyd. Demario Douglas. I don't think Christian Watson, I don't think we're trusting yet. So we're very pro pop today.
On Watson here. So
all right, Steven here. Steven Simpson. Good morning. Ford, Edwards, or Singletary? Do we start the Gus bus over both these guys?
yes.
Fire up the Gus bus.
Yeah.
And Evans or Nakua? I think we're pretty clear on Evans. Good morning, Judy. And Daniel in here. Henderson Jr. or Freeman in PPR?
Henderson Jr.
Okay.
I think
Freeman
over Freeman.
Yeah.
Royce Freeman.
Yeah.
Oh,
then,
okay. I was about to. Yeah.
He's for the Rams.
Which
He's
Freeman
running back.
about? That's how deep we're going. Yeah.
Former Denver Bronco.
It's been a long time since he had two.
Okay,
PPR
stop
games in a
flexing,
row.
Jeff. Stop.
2019.
He's gonna tell us his high school.
Oh my gosh,
5 years.
Jeff, which high school did he go to? Can you tell us that?
What's
No
his
idea.
food allergies?
No.
No. And
Guys, it's gonna be our
Charbonnet.
last. Yeah, and then Charbonnet or Bell, that's our last question for today. It's noon. Guys, enjoy this fourth quarter of the game. Thank you so much for being in here with us today. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate that. And Jeff, Jagger, any parting words for our audience today?
Just good luck this week, everybody. Have fun and enjoy the games.
Pop.
All right.
That's like
Pop. There we go. And just a reminder, our weekly rankings are up on footballguys.com. Always free. Jeff Bell, Dave Kluge, Joey Wright, all kinds of great minds over there giving you their fantasy ball rankings. And head over to the Discord right now. I'll be over there answering all of your questions. Everybody, have a great day. Where is that end stream button? Let me find